Step 7. Create scene. Pay attention to the scenes window in the top right corner of the screen. Click plus to add new scene. Then let's rename it as test. Click this new scene to open scene editor. Let's select devices from groups and drag and drop them into the scene. To the left, we see static color palette. Color is created by mixing red, green and blue channels. For example, if we add 255 of red, 255 of green and 0 of blue, we will create yellow. Alternatively, you can mix colors by moving sliders across the palette. I believe static color mode is clear. Now let's try wave or dynamic mode. We see a system of axes here. Vertical axis corresponds to the value or intensity of color. Horizontal axis regulates time segment. Time segment may be found in the bottom next to playback controls. In this field, we submit duration of color animation. We can also see playback controls play, pause and stop. Now pay attention to the red line in the top part of the window. This is red channel line. It has 255 values now. If we click the right control point of red line, we will see all three of our channels. It means all three of our channels now have value 255, which in the mix gives us the ideal white color. If I hold Alt and select all three channels, then move them all down to 0, I will receive the following behavior. In the beginning, all my fixtures are full white, and in the end of the timeline, they are completely off. We can see it graphically on the color palette below. I click play and check how the devices work on a scheme. We see that they will start full white, then turn black smoothly. This way you can set up any color. Another example, all my channels are now at 0. In the middle of the line, I double click to create another point. I click this point to select only green channel, then increase it to 255. I got the following scene in the beginning of the timeline. Our devices are off. Then in the middle, green channel goes up to the max. And it means that in the middle of the timeline, fixtures on our facade are completely green. And at the end of the scene, the green channel is again off. This is how it works. For example, you can start your scene with red, then smoothly move into green and finishing as white. Now let's speak about additional controls. Pay attention to the right side of the window. We see here devices, the addresses, delay, intensity and corresponding object. All scenes that we created before may be applied to a selected group of fixtures or each fixture individually. We can set up delay and maximum intensity for each fixture. How to set up delays? Select fixtures and click delay below to open delay master window. Delay master offers 3 options of delays. Option 1, we choose the start time and enter step between fixtures. For example, we start from 0 with 10 millisecond step. Confirm and see what is demonstrated in this scheme. Fixtures are playing our scene in sequence, creating certain color wave. Option 2, non-linear delays, where you can write a formula that defines how delay between each fixture is calculated. For example, if we write x multiplied by 10, we will see how each fixture now plays scene with 10 millisecond step between each other. Option 3, reverse order, is a random delay distribution between fixtures that creates flickering. Intensity is set up in the same way.